What's up, guys? Welcome back to my channel. My name is Zuleika. Thank you so much for being here. If you're a returning subscriber, thank you so much for coming back. If you are joining us for the first time, before you leave, do not forget to click on the subscribe button and the notification bell beside it to get notified when I put new videos. In today's video, I'm going to be talking about this new Netflix show, Love is Blind. I don't know if you've seen it before. If you've not seen it, don't worry, I got you. So this show is a show put together by two scientists to test if love is really blind. They brought a group of men and women together and put them in this pod kind of situation where they cannot see each other and they fall in love just listening to each other's voices based on emotional connections only. They are not allowed to see. After forming emotional connection and you think yes, you are ready to be in love with this person based on just emotional connection and not physically seeing the person, they get engaged and then they go on honeymoon, they live together and then they walk down the aisle and then each person individually says whether they want to get married or they don't want to get married to the person. Anyways, today I'm going to be talking about each individual that went for the show. Without wasting much of your time, let's get right into this video. So the first couple I'm going to be talking about is Amber and Bernette. They actually had ups and, I would not say ups and downs, because Bernette was the kind of person that was a playboy. I actually thought he was a playboy, but then at the end of the day I discovered that I was just hiding behind these flirtation situations to get to cover up the kind of person that he really was, an emotional person that did not want to get hurt. So he was just hiding behind these jokes and stuff to not expose the kind of person that he was. So Bernette was involved with 3 females in the Love is Blind house because this is not Big Brother house. So Bernette was involved with 3 people, namely Amber, Jessica and Elsie. He connected with the 3 of them emotionally before he saw any of them physically, and he had to choose between the 3 of them who he wanted to spend the rest of his life with. He initially told Jessica that he was going to propose to her and all of that stuff, and Jessica really liked him, so they connected. And then he decided later that he wanted to be with Amber, and he broke Jessica's heart. Jessica was down, depressed. She went to drink and then she went to blab onto Amber and told her all of the stuff that went down in the pod. But anyway, Bernette and Amber got engaged, and I would say they are like a kind of perfect match. I love their relationship so much. I love Amber, except for the fact that she's a very dependent person. She's a very dependent female. She doesn't want to work. She wants to be a stay-at-home mom, and she wanted to be, because at the reunion she said she got a job. We're going to get back to that part later. Anyway, she did not want to work at all. She wanted to be a stay-at-home mom. She had debt from school that she had not paid. She's your typical slave queen that did not have anything to offer, just a beautiful face. She just wanted to enjoy life, and yeah, that's the kind of person Amber was. So next we're going to move on to Jessica and Mark. Jessica and Mark are another couple. Jessica is the person that Bernette wanted to get engaged with. She was in love with the kind of person that she thought Bernette was. She really liked him, and before she got engaged to Mark, she actually told this Mark that she was not interested because she had another person that she had in mind to get engaged to. Until Bernette told her, nah bro, I'm not really sure I want to be with you. She was heartbroken. She was really sad, and then she went on to Mark and said, I'm sorry about all of this stuff that happened, let's just get engaged and stuff. And Mark was elated because he was in love with the kind of person that he had connected with in the pod. They had not seen her physically, do not forget, they had not seen each other physically before they all got engaged. So he was really elated, he was happy, he was really happy. I do not think their relationship was supposed to happen because Mark was like a second option. She like practically just settled because Bernette was not available. She did not want to be with Mark initially. She just settled, she understand, and she made him go through hell. And what I do not understand is how Mark did not see all of the red flags, because there were lots of red flags. There was a time she got drunk when they were in Mexico. They had already gotten engaged and then they went for their honeymoon. The other couples were there too, so they met with Amber and Bernette, who she wanted to be with. She was always flirting with Bernette. She was practically throwing herself. There was even one particular time where she said if Bernette and Amber's relationship do not work out, you should not forget that she's always there. Like, during this time she was engaged to Mark and Amber was engaged to Bernette. So why would you say something like that? She was throwing herself at him, and it was really irritating. I was really annoyed at that point, because and then there was one point when she got drunk and then she told Mark, her own fiance, that Bernette, she thinks Bernette is hot as fuck and all of that. there were red flags. There were like lots of red flags. Another issue that Jessica had was the age issue. She was 34 years old. Our fiance Mark was 24 years old, and she was always going on and on about how she was worried about the age and all of that. And then basically, Mark was not a type. She could have just said no when they saw each other physically. When she saw him physically, it was really obvious that she was just settling. She did not want to be with the kind of person it was small, it was. And then when they went to visit each other's friends and families, she saw that he was living with a roommate. He had a roommate, and the roommate was living with his girlfriend. All of those stuff really put her off, and I can understand from my own point of view why she did not want to be with Mark. But why lead him on? Why lead him on? Just tell him point blank, I do not want to be with you. And the Mark did the boy too. Instead of him to just jack back straight up after he started seeing all of the red flags, I don't know. It was really. Mark is the person that was really, really blinded by love, because he was just so much in love with this babe that he did not see all of the red flags that she was throwing at him. Anyway, eventually she said no at the altar. She did not say yes. It was depressed, it was angry, it was sad, it was all of that stuff. But I did not feel sorry for him, because he should have seen all of the red flags. I mean, she put everything up. She was always insulting him. She made him feel down. And it was really, really annoying, because every time she made him feel down, he would always say, I'm sorry, and all of that stuff. Even when he was not in agreement, like when they were not supposed to agree, any stuff she says, he would say, yes, I'm sorry, this is who I am too. Just to make you feel like, oh, they are the same kind of people. Anyway, that's that about Mark. And Jessica, I did not really feel their relationship. I felt bad for Mark. Not exactly because he should have seen all of the red flags, but anyway, he did not. And at the altar, they were supposed to get married, but Jessica said she did not want to get married to him. That's that about Jessica and Mark. Next couple we're going to move on to is Kelly and Kenny. These ones are, I don't know, they're just like really boring people. I was not feeling them. I did not feel them at all. They were just basic, like there was nothing spectacular, no drama there at all. They were just okay until when they were supposed to get married. Like everything was smooth. They got engaged, they went to Mexico for honeymoon, they went to see each other's families, and their families were like in sync. Their families loved each other, and their families were like in sync. Their families loved one another. Like they were really perfect. They were a perfect couple until when they were supposed to get married. And Kelly said no, she did not want to get married to me. I was shocked, but then at the end of the day, I don't know, because it felt like they were really connecting. Aside from the fact that they had not had sex when they went for honeymoon, other couples were having sex and they're talking about it, but the both of them were not connecting physically, according to Kelly. She said she was not physically attracted to him or something like that, and then she said no at the altar. She said she did not want to get married to him. But the last episode at the reunion, she felt sorry, she felt bad. She said she was always pushing good men away from her life and all of that stuff. Kenny was already dating someone else, and she was still single. She is still single. And next we're going to talk about Gigi and Cameron. I love Gigi, guys. Her name is Gianna Milady something something. Anyway, short form is Gigi. I really, really love Gigi, and she was in love with him, and their love was smooth, their relationship was smooth. It was okay until when they were in Mexico. They started having fights, because Gigi is the kind of person that says she self-sabotages a lot. When she sees that stuff is really going on well, she like feels like, no, this is going on too good, and then she just feels like it is not supposed to be going on this well, and then she just scatters everything. So when they were in Mexico, they had about 2 or 3 fights. They were always arguing. There was even a time they argued in front of all of the other couples when Barnett was in his birthday. So it was like a on and off stuff for the both of them. It was hot and cold. They were always fighting, and then the next minute coming back together, 1 minute together, the next minute not together. And then at the end of the day, when they were about to get married, Damian said no, because he felt like she did not know what she wanted. She was always, 1 minute she's in love with him, the next minute she feels like she does not want to be with him. So he said he wanted her to be really sure of what she wanted, and she was not sure of what she wanted. So he said no, because he did not want to get into a relationship, a marriage, where 1 minute to be hot and the next minute to be cold. Anyway, at the end of the day, at the reunion, they got back together. They are dating right now, and they did not get married at the altar, but they are dating right now. So another proof that love is blind, aside Amber and Bernard that got married. The next couple, this one is really, really interesting and sensitive. Diamond and Carlton. They fell in love with each other without seeing each other. In the pods, they got engaged, and then they saw each other. Carlton messed up, because I feel like Carlton messed up because he had a secret. I would not want to say is bisexual. He actually says that he had been with male and female in the past, like he had been with men and women in the past, but he wanted to be with Diamond at that particular point, he should have told her before they even went as far as getting engaged or trying to get married or that. But he did not tell her. He concealed this information from her. He was the perfect husband for her, and then they got engaged. They were in Mexico, and anyway, he told her, and she did not take it well. Not that she did not take it well, but then what do you expect? Actually, the person you're supposed to get married to in less than 4 weeks, you just come on and tell her, oh, you are bisexual, and in the past you are doing with men, you are doing with women, you are sexually attracted to both genders. You did not tell her this before she agreed to marry you, so it's not like, oh, she knew the kind of person she was getting involved with. You did not tell her this, so she walked out, and then they tried to set it the next morning. She tried to talk to him. I do not know if she would have actually agreed to still go ahead with the marriage if what happened had not happened. What happened was they had a fight. Carlton got really defensive when she came to talk to him about it. He was like pulling back into his shell. He got angry, and then it was really verbal, and then he insulted her. He called her a bitch, and then she insulted him too. They were both fighting and talking bad about each other. They were both insulting each other and yelling at each other, and then she removed the ring. He threw the ring in the pool. They went their separate ways. They had to leave Mexico, but at the end of the day, at the reunion, Carlton said he had been getting backlashes and stuff from the general public. Diamond said she had been getting backlash too, because there was even a time like she had gotten death threats and all of that, but they did not get married. At the reunion, he said he was sorry, he apologized to her, he gave her back the wedding ring. When he was giving her the wedding ring, I even thought he was going to propose again. Diamond's face was like, when she thought he was going to propose again, but he was not going to propose. He just apologized, and then they made up. It was fine, everything was fine, and all of that. What have I not talked about? So the last couple I'm going to be talking about, Lauren and Cameron. Those are like everybody's favorites. I don't know if they're my favorite because Amber and Bernice are like my favorite, but everybody really loved Lauren and Cameron because they were just good. Lauren is black, Cameron is a white man, and it was an interracial relationship, and they both tried to make it work, and they actually made it work. They got married, and they are still married, trying to work together, living life, enjoy life. Yeah. So generally, would you say love is blind? I do not know how to put it because it did not work out for some people and it worked out for some people. So I think it's okay to say love is blind because some people did not see each other at all. Because most of them, not even some people, most of them did not see one another at all, and then they fell in love deeply with one another, and some of them are married right now, some of them are dating. So I think the show generally was really entertaining. It was okay to watch. Love could be blind. I think that should be love could be blind because some of them did not get married, some of them got married, and generally the show was really entertaining. I enjoyed it. If you've not seen it, you should see it if you want to. This was just a quick summary of the whole show in how many minutes? I don't know how many minutes this video is going to be, but this is the end of this video. I hope you enjoyed it. If you've seen this show on Netflix, you can relate to all of the things I'm talking about. Let me know what you think in the comment section. Like this video, share with your friends, comment. If you've not yet subscribed, what are you even doing? Subscribe right now, please, and click on the notification bell beside this to get notified when I post new videos, and I'll see you in my next video. Peace.